I never intended to be a teacher. For the longest time, my ambition lay elsewhere. It was right out of school when I landed a position as a substitute teacher for half a year. That's when I started to like teaching kids, and I was good at it. I went to school in Spain, and even my first jobs took place there. Family and friends have always been very important to me, and they are always been there for me, even now that I decided to go back to college. Why do I want to be a teacher? There are many reasons why I want to be a teacher. I think teaching influence their students the most, together with parents and friends. And being able to be there for kids to learn, to be better, to make more of themselves, I think is very rewarding. I want to be able to encourage in a way to mold my students in a positive way that will affect them for the rest of their lives. I think also that working with kids will force me to be creative in a way that other jobs don't do. To be a good teacher, you have many times to play with kids, to get different strange ways to teach something to a kid that just with seeing it or reading it, doing it, not only one way will be enough for a particular kid. So you have to invent maybe a new world. You have to look for many ways to reach these kids. So I think that makes this job a fantastic one that forces one to, look for just not the one way to look at something, but many times look out of the box, get out and try something else. I want my kids to reach the fullest potential and see them succeed, even if I'm not there in the future. But trying to make them better in a way. I think that teaching can be very exhilarating, terrifying, maybe not terrifying, but a little scary sometimes, and also very worthwhile. I think kids deserve the best, and I would like to try to be there for them and be the best teacher that I can be. Being a religious education teacher has been, in a way, the first step on my way to being a teacher. After getting my GED, I went to Bergen Community College and became part of the 1-2-3 Connect mentoring program. I think teachers always influence kids. Some of them in a great way, and some of them in a really negative way.
So I want to try to be the one that influence the kids in the best possible way. I had, during my school years, I had teachers that influenced me both in a positive and a negative way. But today I'm just going to talk about two of the teachers that really, really influenced me in the way I see studying, in the way that I hope I will be able to teach my kids how to be a better person. I really liked them both. They were both very strict in different ways, and they were both teachers. And one of them was a history teacher, and the other one was an English teacher. The first one, Don Manuel, it was the principal of my school, and he had the everybody everybody knew that he was a really strict teacher. So you will hope that you wouldn't end up in his class, and I did too to begin with. So, but I ended up in his class, and he was the history teacher that forced me to participate in the class. I hated speaking in public, and he will ask us questions where we will have to answer in front of the class. So you didn't have a choice, so you just had to went there in front of everybody, and he will ask you a question and you will answer to the best of your abilities. And so I had to force myself to do it, but I did. And through facing the fear I had of speaking in front of everybody else, and to talking to him and understanding why he did it. I remember one of his things was he will never give 100 to anybody. He says that 100 is perfection, and he didn't believe that anybody was perfect. So the most that you got in his class was a 90. And I start loving history, and I started enjoying his classes, and I started getting better grades. The other teacher that really taught me and touched me was Miss Marina. She was my English teacher in high school, and up to then I wasn't really good in English. My previous teachers didn't have the ability, at least to me. I used to pass classes but not with good grades, so I really didn't like English. So she was the one that made me see that English could be much better, that she made it come alive. She forced us to, in his class, you only spoke English, no Spanish at all, no, not any other language, it was just English. I remember for those that arrived late in class, they had to explain the reason. So at her class, nobody was late. She made me want to try more things. She will ask us what our problems were to, with the class. I remember her lending me books